And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Athletics and Wellness Centers. We get set for the men's contest here today. The Quakers playing the second to the last home game. They'll be back coming up on Wednesday, but they went and held their senior today for the 7 seniors that are on the roster. And we're right now not sure which of the 7 or the 5 of the 7 are going to start. We'll get an idea of that coming up in a couple of moments. The Quakers at 8-14, 4-11 in the HCAC. Mount St. Joe is 6-16 on the season. They are 4-11 in conference play as well. When these two teams got together the last time they played, it was Mount St. Joe winning that contest by a final of 85-59. So Mount St. Joe dominating the first meeting between these two teams. When we come back, the starting lineups are coming up in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Earlham men's basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Well, let's start with the Lions as they again come in here 4-11. These two teams trying to get out of the cellar of the HCAC with just 3 games remaining. It'll be Devin Young, a 6'6 sophomore out of Crestwood, Kentucky, wearing number 1. Tanner Kloss is a 6'2 sophomore from Alexandria, Kentucky. He wears number 2. Cedric Woods is a 5'6 senior out of Fairfield, Ohio, number 22. Brady Thomas, 5'10 and a sophomore from Grove City, Ohio. He wears number 23. And Avery Paddock, 6'4 and a freshman from Alexandria, Indiana. He wears number 32. So Young, Kloss, along with Thompson, or take that back, Woods, Thomas, and Paddock starting today for Mount St. Joe. For the Quakers, they will go with Kenneth Stallings Jr., 6'3 and a senior from Gary, Indiana. He wears number 0. Christian Camarillo gets the start, 5'7 and a senior out of Chicago. He wears number 3. Thomas Sanborn, 6'5 and a senior from Crown Point, number 20. Blake Bonin, 5'8 a senior out of Crown Point, number 30. And John Sacaleros gets the start. He is 6'5 and a senior also out of Crown Point, Indiana. So again for the Quakers, it'll be Stallings Jr., Camarillo, Sanborn, Bonin, along with Sacaleros. Quakers trying to finish out the season in a positive note after struggling a little bit down the stretch. Lost a tough one in their last contest. They were down by 22 to Defiance, and they came back, had a chance to win that game. They lose it 75-74. Quakers ended up losing 6 out of 7, and it cost them a chance to get into the playoffs this season. Quakers will be in their home whites, and Mount St. Joe in their dark uniforms here tonight, and we're ready to get this one underway. By the way, if you're just joining us, the Earlham women picked up a big win, so they stay within striking distance of a possible playoff berth. Big win over Mount St. Joe by 10. They had led by 10 in that contest. Ended up losing the lead at the end of the third quarter. A good run by Mount St. Joe, but then the Quakers win it in the fourth quarter. So we are ready to go. Quakers will attack left to right to begin this one here today. Mount St. Joe in the middle, jumping it up will be Paddock. And this will bring Sanborn out of the ball game because of the injury. They let him start today and then bring him out of the contest. So nice gesture to give Thomas Sanborn a chance to start here and be recognized as the final game here at the Athletics and Wellness Center that he'll get a chance to participate in, as again the Quakers will play again coming up on Wednesday, but today is senior day. Brady Thomas with the basketball for Mount St. Joe. Quakers man-to-man defense, looked like a block there by Kenneth Stallings Jr. on this shot by Thomas, and it'll be Camarillo at the point now for the Quakers. Tariq El-Dasugi in the ball game for Sanborn. Ball kicked in the corner. Camarillo for three, missed it, and the rebound pulled down by Paddock. Just underway here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Mount St. Joe's second possession. Woods will find his teammate. Left-hand floater by Paddock is missed. El-Dasugi able to run down the basketball in the lane and back over to the Quakers. Live stats on GoEarlham.com. You can also check out the final box of the women's game earlier today. Here's Camarillo. Blake Bonin. Sakaleros once again to Blake. Will drive down the lane. Layup good. It got by the defender, Cedric Woods. And the Quakers lead it 2-0. I think overall everybody feels Earlham a better basketball team than what they played down the stretch. A lot of breaks didn't go their way. Here's a three from the left wing. That's going to be missed as Paddock can't get it to go. The freshman out of Alexandria, played at Alexandria Monroe High School. El-Dasugi with the basketball. Stallings and around the perimeter, Camarillo. Blake Bonin, quick release on three, good. And Mount St. Joe wants a timeout. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers on top, 5-0.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
18:02 remaining here in the first half of play, and already Mount St. Joe needing a timeout. Quakers off to a fast start. Blake Bonin just hitting the three. And so it will be Lions basketball. Again, the last time, 85 points put on the board by Mount St. Joe. Can they do the same here today? Quakers very aggressive on defense, as you would expect. Entry pass down low to Devin Young. Pushed out away from the block, and they're going to call a travel against Young. Young at 6'6" was pushed out away from the block by John Sakaleros. So now the Quakers get the basketball back, 17:40 to go in the first half. Stallings off the screen, Sakaleros back to Camarillo. Mount St. Joe will go to their bench for the first time in a moment. Sakaleros on the low block. Pushes his way against the defender, Young. Could have been an offensive foul call there, no whistle. So it will be Mount St. Joe basketball. Good look there, Thomas, off the high screen. He'll find Tanner Kloss on the right wing. Skip pass, stolen away. Stepping down in the passing lane, Kenneth Stallings Jr. Turnover again for Mount St. Joe. Quaker basketball. Blake Bonin will work that top a lot, and he'll come off those screens and has maybe one of the quicker releases you're going to see. Camarillo off the drive, loses the basketball, gets it to El-Dasugi, reverse layup good. Quakers on top, 7-0, and a timeout to get players in. This is nothing more than an exchange, not really even a timeout here. Sammy Robbins coming in out of Linton Stockton High School. He is a 6'5" freshman. Also coming in, Peyton Metters. He is a 6'3" freshman out of Mount Vernon. Woods will stay in the ball game. Here's another player, Reese Thompson, 6-footer out of Franklin, Indiana. This is Robbins. 10 on the shot clock. Robbins picks up his dribble. Here's Woods. Metters will kick it back outside to Robbins, and the shot clock goes off. That should have been a shot clock violation right there, and the Quakers will get the basketball. So far, Earlham pitching a shutout on this one. Sacaleros back to Bonin. Blake down the lane, off-balance shot, no good. And the rebound by David Lures, who is also checked in, a 6-foot sophomore at 11 in Ohio. 15:41 to go here in the first half. This is Woods from 16, got it. Well, it took him to the 15:34 mark to get on the board. 7-2. There you go, medium range. Very rare these days, like seeing the Yeti. 15:20 to go. Here's Stallings. Down the lane, got the floater to go. 9-2. Quakers off to a great start. They're going to go to their bench. We're going to see Jamel Barnes come in. Also, Cheney Zolman will make his debut here today on Senior Day. Quakers stay 2-3 zone. Lures in the corner. Metters for three. Can't get the roll. The rebound, Camarillo. Christian Camarillo getting a chance to play today at a Trinity High School in Chicago. Bonin off the drive, gets cut off by Lures. Still 13 on the shot clock for the Quakers. Nice behind the back dribble as Bonin got the defender off balance. Sacaleros with 4, the kick out. Blake for 3, can't get it to go, and he's going to be fouled by Robbins and go to the line for 3. Well, they tell you time and time again, do not foul the jump shooter, and yet we see it time and time again, guys going for that block outside the three-point line. And Blake Bonin will go to the free throw line for the first time today, the senior out of Crown Point. 14:22 remaining here in the first half of play. By the way, I just noticed live stats are not going right at the moment. Second free throw is good. That's odd. We'll check back in and see if the live stats will be put up here pretty soon. We apologize for that. Generally by now they would be ready to go, but that's not the case. Jamel Barnes, the junior out of Muncie Central High School, is in. And we mentioned too that Cheney Zolman out of North Manchester in the ball game as well. Quakers with a 10-point lead, 14-17 remaining, and Earlham stays in their 2-3 zone. Zolman gives the Quakers a lot of size down low. They'll trap on the right side. The bounce pass to Metters, back out now to Lures. Entry underneath to Thompson, back out front. The shot, nope, the shot fake and drive by Lures, and a 3-second call. So Mount St. Joe gives up the basketball. Their head coach, Toby Kerrigan, played his college basketball at Hanover. He's in his 9th season for Mount St. Joe. Jamel inside, intended for Sacaleros. Sacaleros got it back, and then the takeaway by Reese Thompson. 13:38 to go, and a traveling call against Mount St. Joe. And we're going to see 4 new players come in. So far, Coach Kerrigan cannot find 5 guys who want to play basketball together. Sometimes it just doesn't pay to be a head coach. 13:36 remaining, and so far for Mount St. Joe, getting off to a very, very slow start. Blake Bonin, of course, a emotional day for the Quakers, it being senior day. Cheney with the basketball, sweeps through twice. Cheney, that's going to be an offensive foul, taking the charge. Devin Young is back in the ball game, as is Tanner Kloss. Brady Thomas is checked back into the ball game. 10-point lead. It'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. This is Thomas. Staying in the lineup was Lures. He throws it away, and the steal by Stallings, and coming back and getting the steal for Mount St. Joe is Thomas. Good hustle, didn't give up on the basketball. Near travel that time by Avery Paddock, who's back in the lineup. They'll go down low to Devin Young, the double team, and a foul call. They may get Sakaleros. So John picks up his first. 12:51 to go in the first half. And still just 2 points on the board off the inbound. The shot on the way good as Avery Paddock on the board, now 12-4. Jamel Barnes out of Muncie Central High School. Nice feed to Sakaleros, give him the assist. Sakaleros with the finish. Quakers back up by 10. Great play by the junior Jamel Barnes. Here's a three the other way, no good by Lures. And running down the basketball, Tanner Kloss, but he throws it to the Quakers, and Earlham basketball again. This is Barnes across the timeline. Stallings to Sakaleros. Jamel off the drive, and a foul called. Nope, they're going to say it's going to be an offensive foul on Sakaleros on the moving screen. Number 2 on John. Eldasugi is back into the Quaker lineup. Looks like Reese Thompson has come back in for Mount St. Joe. As we come up on the 12-minute mark. Thomas off the drive, leans in, missed it, gets the offensive rebound. Tries it again. Stallings with the block, and Jamel saved it, as did Blake Bonin. Great hustle by the Quakers. And Jamel already at the other end of the floor. Here's Bonin. 11:44 in the first half. Quakers up by 10. High screen, Zolman. Jamel to Bonin. Stallings, back to Blake. Thought about the three. Feeds inside to Eldasugi. Reverse layup good. Well, right now the Quakers not playing like a team that's out of the playoff chase. Here's Thompson with the basketball at the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. In the corner to Paddock. Underneath to Young. Young turns with the left hand. Good. That's a tough shot. Had to get out up against Cheney Zolman. And we're under 11 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's Barnes at the left elbow. Zolman with the screen. Eldasugi baseline shot, no. And the rebound saved from going out of bounds by Devin Young. That was nearly a turnover by the Lions. Down to 10:40 remaining now in the first half of play. Here's Thompson with the basketball. Devin Young turns, misses with the left hand. Rebound by Tanner Kloss. He'll go to the line for two. Eldasugi picks up the foul, and by the way, the live stats are now going. Quakers shooting at 60%. Mount St. Joe 27% here in the first half, and Tanner Kloss misses the first one. Metters coming back in for Mount St. Joe. Also back in will be Cedric Woods, senior out of Fairfield, Ohio. Second free throw. He is no good as well, and Jamel Barnes with a rebound. Well, right now for Toby Kerrigan, if you could think about all the things that have gone wrong early, it has happened. But we still have a lot of basketball to be played. The Quakers come with A.J. White, the freshman out of Pike High School. Promising future here for the Quakers. Cheney Zolman lifting and missing, and the rebound by Metters. 10 minutes remaining now here in the first half. Entry pass, left hand good. Nice shot by Paddock. Just the catch and shoot. And the Quakers lead it by 8. Bonin across the timeline off to A.J. White. The screen there by Zolman. El Dasugi back once again to Barnes. Barnes off the drive. El Dasugi in the left corner takes it to the free throw line, gives it to Zolman and back to Bonin. Blake spins with it, guarded there closely by Woods. Blake will dump it inside and a turnover. Good defense. Tanner Kloss able to come away with the turnover. So now Mount St. Joe chance to close this to within 6 with a bucket right here. Shot clock still at 17. Kloss will look in the corner. Here is Woods. They'll go down low on the kick out. Kloss misses that one badly, and the rebound by El Dasugi. So Mount St. Joe continues to struggle. Under the 9-minute mark now in the first half. Zolman will give it off to Barnes. El Dasugi back to Cheney off the left wing, backing his man down. Cheney powers it up with the right hand and scores. Cheney is so strong underneath. Had a chance to get in the weight room. He missed all of last year with the injury. Coming back strong in his senior season. This is Woods. Woods will work it there against A.J. White. On the wing, Metters back once again to Woods. Kloss on the baseline just outside the block. He tries to back Zolman down. The kick out to Thompson. Thompson has his shot partially blocked by White. White comes away with it. Quakers hold on to a 10-point lead as we're now coming up on the 8-minute mark here in the first half of play. Zolman high post. Barnes trying to post his man up. The spin by Blake Bonin stops in the lane. Kicks it outside to A.J. White, 9 on the shot clock. White driving down the lane. Basket good. Good job again by A.J. White. And Mount St. Joe's going to call another timeout. 7:48 remaining in the first half. Quakers lead this one by 12.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Quakers lead it by 12 back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Halftime will, as always, run down your first half numbers. Check out the national scoreboard. A lot going on in sports, as you would expect on this Saturday. By the way, college baseball gets underway for the Quakers next weekend. Hopefully the weather will turn a little nicer than what we've had over the last couple of days. I don't think these guys want to play out there in the cold, but generally in February, it hasn't quite warmed up yet, but Earlham baseball coming back again for another year. Steve Sakasitz leading that program. 16 wins a year ago, and from what I can tell, the way they've been working in the offseason and now the beginning of this year, they're not planning on having just 16 wins again this season. So Earlham baseball next weekend, weather permitting. Here's Woods. Quakers extending that zone out beyond the three-point line. Entry pass down low, left hand by Young is good. Young just a sophomore. This is a young team as well. When you speak of Mount St. Joe, there is one senior, that is Woods. Everybody else, freshmen and sophomores. A.J. White powers it up. Might have been partially blocked there by Reese Thompson, freshman out of Franklin. So you can see why Mount St. Joe takes their lumps this year, but they have a bright future if they can keep everybody together. Lions basketball in the half court. The drive short on the left hand by Metters. And a foul call against the Quakers. Eldasugi, they say, got a piece of the arm. 6:57 remaining. Peyton Metters out of McCordsville, Indiana, played at Mount Vernon High School. Quakers now with a 9-point lead. Avery Paddock is back in. Tanner Kloss will sit down. Second free throw is good. And I look back at that first game when these two teams played, and you think that it was an 85-59 game. Quakers must have really had a rough night in all areas. Here's Jamel Barnes down the lane, off the front of the rim, left it a little bit short, and the rebound by Reese Thompson. Well, Mount St. Joe, as poorly as they have shot, probably not feeling too bad. They're still in this game, just down by 8. Young again gets bumped. No whistle there. They let him play through it. 31% shooting for Mount St. Joe, only 5 of 16 here in the first half of play. Quakers just over 50%. Barnes with a right hand, that's good. Jamel left-handed shooter, and I think we've got another timeout by Mount St. Joe. They're burning their timeouts like they have an unlimited amount, but they only give them so many. We'll take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers lead this one by.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Hey, the Quakers are back here on Wednesday. It'll be a 7:30 tip-off time against Rose-Hulman. And, of course, Rose right in there as well. A chance to perhaps get a playoff spot. And there, of course, you look at the men's side. There's a lot of teams bunched up right there in the middle. You look at Bluffton and Rose-Hulman, Anderson, Defiance, Manchester, all still a chance to get into the playoffs. So that'll be a big game on Wednesday. We'll be on the air at around 7:20. Gerard O'Byrne will have the call for you that night. Other games today, Hanover's at Bluffton, Transy is at Manchester, Rose at Defiance, and Anderson is on the road at Franklin. Mount St. Joe basketball. The feed inside, nice move to clear space. That's a nice job that time by Metters. Got the defender in the air and good footwork to get himself back to where he could get a nice shot. 5:40 to go. This is Barnes off the left wing. Jamel. See if maybe Cheney was going to roll inside, did not. Here's Cheney receiving off the entry pass. Baseline left, no. Eldasugi comes away with it. AJ for three, can't get it to go. And the rebound by Devin Young. Mount St. Joe with the basketball. This is Woods, again the lone senior. Thompson is out front, back to Woods. Quakers stays zone. They use Cheney on the outside left this time. That shot goes in. Devin Young got the roll. That'll be a three-point basket. 22-17 your score. Well, again, Mount St. Joe, they're not ready to go away just yet in the first half. Bonin with the basketball. Cheney trying to get some room underneath. Receive at the top of the key. Back to White. White, Eldasugi, and Cheney goes down hard underneath. He, along with Peyton Metters, really going at each other. Boy, and Cheney went down hard. I thought he hit his head when he went down, but I think they're going to call a double foul here. Is that going to be the case? I know the official went over to the scorer's table and it looked like he had indicated a double foul there to kind of settle those two guys down a little bit, but they were really shoving on one another. Now Metter is only a freshman and Cheney's a senior, so they give Cheney his second foul. So they will call the foul both ways. Metters gets one, Cheney will get one as well, and Cheney's going to come out of the ball game. Just kind of settle him down a little bit. Elijah Galloway, the 6'5 sophomore out of the Bronx, checking into the lineup. Now the two officials right there to the left of your screen talking. Both teams will go to their bench, so they essentially get a free timeout right here while the three officials discuss the scenario at 4:38 to go here in the first half. 16 fouls now on the Quakers, just 2 on Mount St. Joseph. Joe stating his case as well to the one official. I'm not sure if Cheney just lost his balance when he ended up going to the floor, if he was knocked to the floor. Here's Bonin driving strong, missing it, and the rebound pulled down by Metters. Quakers only had 4 on the shot clock, so they had to work pretty quick. Here's Woods. Metters back outside Thompson. Young in the corner, and the three-pointer is no good by Woods, and Jamel Barnes, the last to touch it, trying to save the basketball from going out of bounds. Quaker crowd didn't like the double foul call. They thought Cheney got fouled pretty hard. No whistle. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Woods off the screen. They're posting up Young underneath. And the deflection by A.J. goes out of bounds at 4:06 remaining. I think the Earlham baseball team is here. You guys down over here? Is this your group right there? Very vocal group. And timeout once again. I'm curious, Mount St. Joe calls a timeout. If that's the case, I'm curious how many timeouts do they think they have? I thought that was like number 4 by now. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. Quakers lead this one 22-17.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
4:05 remaining here in the first half. Quakers lead it by 5. They've gotten it to double digits a couple of times after a slow start by Mount St. Joe. And for Toby Kerrigan, I think he's about ready to pull his hair out on his bench. He apparently feels his team right now hasn't gotten off the bus yet and ready to play. A little frustrated on the sidelines. Here's Woods. Young posting up, 6 on the shot clock. Shot fake Young, leans in, missed it off the front of the iron. El Dasugi with a rebound, and it'll be Quaker basketball. Well, the Lions just unable to shoot here in the first half. Well, that ball through the hands of Galloway and out of bounds. Turnover for the Quakers. El Dasugi is out. Stallings back in. I know they like the potential of Elijah Galloway. The one thing that will help him will be more playing time, perhaps next year as a junior. This is Woods. Young will come out, receive the basketball, looks to set down low. The kick out once again, back to Young. Here's Paddock. His three no good. Jamel Barnes with a rebound and a quick foul on Young. And the sarcastic cheer by the Earlham crowd here tonight. Always good to let the official know how you feel about his job. 3 minutes and change remaining. Here is A.J. White. White, little hesitation. Might have slipped on his way to the basket. I think he planted that back foot, and it came out from underneath him, so he misses the shot. This is going to be a low-scoring first half, the way things are going right now. This is Woods out front. Devin Young, Woods with the cut to the basket, nothing there. Around the perimeter, it'll be Metters for three, missed it, and there is a rebound by Galloway. So the Quakers get another stop. Jamel across the timeline. High screen by Galloway. A.J. White will take it to the baseline. Galloway setting that high screen and roll. The pass just a little bit out of his reach. Jamel knew he threw it just a little bit too quick. Didn't give Galloway a chance to get that slip screen where he wanted it to, as now we'll see Anthony Phillips come in. Phillips, the 5'10 sophomore out of Fort Wayne High School. And also coming in for the Quakers will be Jason Slane, 6'4 junior out of Fishers, Indiana. Woods off the high post to Young. 2:12 remaining in the first half, 17 on the shot clock. Here's Young with a left hand, no. Left that one short. Young, another one of those players, just a sophomore. They got a lot of sophomores on this team. Here's Phillips. High screen by Slane. A.J. White will give it off to Blake Bonin. Blake driving down the lane. Ball pinballs off of three different players. Slane, little floater, good. Jason Slane off the bench for the Quakers. And it's back to a 7-point lead. 1:34 remaining now in the first half. Woods back once again to Young. Strong down the lane, missed it. He thought he was fouled, no whistle as he takes a peek back at the trailing official. Here's Bonin, the screen by Slane. Blake from 17 missed it. Rebounded by Young with one hand. And a quick outlet pass will find Thompson, who brings it across the timeline. That's not what Thompson's specialty is, so they'll get it to Woods. Entry pass to Paddock. Cutting to the basket. Layup good by Metters. And another timeout on the floor with 59.9 seconds remaining, and this looks like it'll be a 30-second timeout. Jamel Barnes will check back in for the Quakers. I remind you once again, we'll run down those first half numbers once we get into the halftime break. Nobody into double figures yet on either side of the basketball. Quakers have kind of cooled off a little bit in the shooting department, down to 45%. Mount St. Joe has actually raised their shooting percentage up to 29. But it is a 5-point ball game. We'll also check out the national scoreboard coming up at halftime. Again, another busy day in college basketball. We're getting close to the month of March, which is one of the fun times of the year in sports, and that's March Madness. Quaker basketball. A.J. White across the 10-second line. Gets the screen by Slane. A.J. gets it back from Phillips. Traveled with it. No whistle there. Stallings trying to run it down in the corner. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Reese Thompson. That ball will be inbounded deep in the corner. You generally don't have a real set play for a ball that's that deep in the corner. Here's Barnes. Slane driving down the lane, and he's going to go to the line for two. How about Jason Slane? One of the Mount St. Joe players hit that standard pretty hard. So Jason Slane at the line. Slane, we'd mentioned, the junior out of Fishers High School. Making an impact off the bench, and the Quakers now lead this one by 6. 35.1 remaining. Second free throw good as well. The Quakers want to finish out this season if they can with 3 straight wins. They'll play Rose and then travel to Manchester for the final game of the year. That'll be next Saturday. This is Young out front. Woods has it tipped by A.J. White. It'll go out of bounds. A.J. the last to touch it. One in addition, A.J. White has been to this program. The freshman out of Pike High School plays in the MIC. Teams like Ben Davis, North Central, Center Grove. That is one of the, in fact, if not the best conference in the state. As Stallings able to knock that one out of bounds. Another deflection by the Quaker defense. .6. 5 on the shot clock. The drive by Thompson, feeds it inside. Basket good at the buzzer by Paddock, as the shot clock went off right when it went through the hoop. And Paddock able to finish at 4.7 on the game clock and back now to a 5-point lead. And I said it before, Mount St. Joe has to feel good that they're still in this ball game despite the slow start in the shooting woes they've had early. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. AJ, last attempt on the way, can't get it to go. We have made it to halftime. Your halftime score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham 26, Mount St. Joe 22. Your halftime report coming up next. This is Earlham basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve at Jiffy Lube. The other day, a cashier said to me, if you're happy with the service here, there's a site you can take a survey on. Kind of laughed and said, what if I'm not happy? To which she replied, well, then you can just forego the survey. I thought, well, that's kind of the equivalent of if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all. What if we all adopted that? Jiffy Lube, take the survey, but if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all.
Hey, this is Steve Funkhauser at Jiffy Lube. Come on out, see us. We're ready to serve.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Well, today was also a day where they bring back some of the former Earlham basketball players and a chance to introduce them to the crowd. It looks like they're going back quite a ways. Maybe not the turnout they had hoped, but still a lot of players able to come back on this Alumni Day. Halftime report brought to you by Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Wednesday, the turkey breast, Thursday, the Italian BMT, and Friday, the tuna. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. First half numbers, let's start with Mount St. Joe. They were 9 of 27 in the first half for 33%. They made only one of their 7 3-point buckets for 14%. Shot only 5 free throws when they were 3 of 5 for 60%. They finished with 5 turnovers, 15 rebounds in the first half, only 3 offensive boards, 8 assists, 3 steals, 4 fouls, 6 bench points, and 12 points in the paint. Devin Young led the way with 7, along with Avery Paddock with 7. Metters finished with 2, Metters with 6 and Woods with 2. And then you had Kloss, Thomas, Lewis, Thompson, and Robbins all playing in the first half and failing to score. Quakers in the first half were 10 of 23, good enough for 44%. They only shot 4 3-pointers, 1 of 4 for 25, 5 of 5 from the line for a perfect 100%. The Quakers ended up with 17 total rebounds, just 1 offensive board in the first half, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 14 bench points, and 16 points in the paint in the first half of play. Blake Bonin led the way with 4. Tariq El-Dasugi with 4 points. Jason Slane with 4. Stallings, Zolman, Barnes, A.J. White, and Sakaleros all with 2. Phillips, Camarillo, Galloway, and Sanborn playing in the first half and failing to score. So there you have it, your first half numbers in the books. Again, you can follow along live stats on GoEarlham.com. When we come back, we'll get you updated on the national scoreboard. A lot of college basketball, as we mentioned, going on today. We'll do that coming up next. Stay right there. This is Earlham women's basketball, and Earlham men's basketball this time on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Hey, this is Steve from Jiffy Lube. Sometimes I talk to myself, which is not necessarily a new thing, but lately I've been calling myself bro. So the other day I got out of the car and I looked down at my shoes and was like, wow, that's not what I expected. And I said to myself, you're just gonna have to own this look, bro. Yeah, I know I got issues. Don't have issues with your car though. Come on down to Jiffy Lube, get everything fixed, be on the road. Now that's a commercial, bro. Preventative maintenance. Good job.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Looking to kickstart your fundraiser? Take your fundraising efforts to the next level with expert support from Suds Fundraising and get access to a fundraising kit full of quality products people can't wait to get their hands on, a dedicated web store to reach your online audience, a digital marketing kit that allows you to convert leads easily, and so much more. Let us help you reach your fundraising goals on time. Visit sudsfundraising.com to get started today.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
26-22 here at halftime. Let's get you caught up with what is happening around the country. First off, men's college basketball just underway. Number 1 Baylor leading number 14 West Virginia 11-5. A final out of the Big 12. It's number 3 Kansas beating Oklahoma 87-70. Early in the first half, Clemson leading number 5 Louisville 12-5. Number 6 Dayton winning on the road at Massachusetts 71-63 in the first half. Number 7 Duke on top of Notre Dame 10-6. 8th rated Florida State leading Syracuse 80-77. Out of the SEC, number 12 Kentucky gets by Ole Miss 67-62. 13th rated Penn State was a win over Northwestern 77-61. In the second half, 19th rated Butler home against Georgetown, and Georgetown leading that one 55-54. Oklahoma State pulls off an upset. They beat number 24 Texas Tech 73-70. And in the first half, it's Alabama leading number 25 LSU 7-5. Second-rated Gonzaga will be on the road at Pepperdine tonight. That's a 10 o'clock tip-off time. Number 9 Maryland is at Michigan State tonight. Number 10 Seton Hall on the road at Providence. 11th-rated Auburn traveling to Missouri. Number 16 Colorado is at Oregon State. Number 20 Houston at SMU. Number 22 Illinois at Rutgers. DePaul is at number 23 Creighton. Those are all the games involving top 25 teams. Women's college basketball, just 3 games involving, take that back, 4 games involving top 25 teams. Number 2 Baylor is at Oklahoma State. Santa Clara playing at number 15 Gonzaga. In the third quarter, number 21 South Dakota leading Oral Roberts 46-44. And number 24 Missouri State on top of Southern Illinois 12-7. In the first quarter of play. The NBA is at the All-Star break, so no action going on this weekend. In the NHL, there's several games underway, one final as Boston beats Detroit 4-1. In the second period, Nashville on top of St. Louis 2-0. In the first quarter, or should say first period, it's Tampa Bay 1, Philadelphia 0. And in the first period as well, Edmonton and Florida are scoreless. San Jose is at Minnesota, Dallas at Montreal, Toronto's at Ottawa, LA at Colorado, Chicago at Calgary, Washington at Arizona, and the Islanders on the road today at Vegas. We're at halftime here. The Quakers on top of this one, 26-22. Do not go away, your second half. Coming up in a moment, this is Quaker Basketball, the Radio Troy Digital.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
We're ready for the second half. Quakers on top by 4 back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Reminder, we'll be back here Wednesday. That'll be the final game of the college basketball season here at Earlham College. It has gone by relatively quickly. And next week we'll also talk with both head coaches on fast break and get their thoughts about the games this weekend and what is coming up next week. Earlham basketball, A.J. White getting the start here in the second half in the backcourt along with Blake Bonin. Here is Cheney Zolman blocked, coming over. Devin Young gets a piece of it. Cheney seeing double teams a lot in his senior year. Here is Thompson, who gets the start in the second half as well. They're looking inside, trying to get it to Young. They do so. He draws 3 white jerseys and missed it. Quakers surrounded him big time underneath. This is Bonin across the timeline. Jamel Barnes also starting here in the second half. A.J. gets the screen from El Dasugi. Bonin driving baseline. Here is Cheney in the corner for 3. He didn't have a whole lot of room to get that shot off. In his face was Devin Young. Quakers up by 7. 18:54 to go, second half of play. Metters down low. Back to Patica will drive the kick. Here is Reese Thompson, no good. The rebound by Metters. Back inside Metters. The kick out, and they'll get another possession. The screen by Young. Lakers back into that 2-3 zone as El Dasugi overplays the passing lane. Paddock literally throws it right to him, and Toby Kerrigan can do nothing but watch from the bench in disbelief on that turnover. Here's Bonin on the drive. A.J. White driving baseline himself and lays it in. A.J. White. Tanner Claus will come back in. Mount St. Joe still trying to get their footing consistently on offense. That has been a huge, huge problem for the Lions in this ball game. Metters back out once again to Woods. 7 on the shot clock. Thompson, entry pass underneath. The kick here is Young, who will score right at the buzzer. They've done that a couple of times here today, right as the ball goes through the hoop. 17:27 remaining. Barnes will drive as well. He slips, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds on the baseline. We have seen a couple of players slip. Earlham players, at least from a standpoint of what they saw, they thought maybe there was a hand check foul, or should have been a hand check foul down there on the baseline against Jamel Barnes. Woods will find Metters. Claus will drive, feeds it once again to Woods. Ball tipped in the air by A.J. White. 13 on the shot clock. Thompson driving, gets caught on the baseline. Here is Young for 3, got it. Big guy steps outside. 4-point lead for the Quakers. 16:50 to go in this one. A.J. White again. El Dasugi cuts through. Cheney Zolman driving and scoring. A pair of ones going at each other. Zolman against Devin Young. Zolman got the best of Young that time. Here's Woods. Thompson deep in the corner, brings it back out. Here's Woods again. The high screen by Metters. Shot clock at 13. Tanner Claus with the basketball. Nearly traveled with it. In the corner, here is Metters for 3, no. The rebound battled for it's El Dasugi coming away with it. Just over 16 minutes now remaining here in the second half of play. Jamel Barnes on the right wing, the drive with the left hand, and a foul call this time against Young. They tried to switch off, and Young got a little bit behind. Sakaleros is in. Coming in for the Lions, looks like that'll be Brady Thomas. One other player checking in. If we can get him to turn, we'll get you his number as well. Blake Bonin off the screen in the 3. 9-point lead for the Quakers. Mount St. Joe trying to work it inside with their 2 bigs. Entry pass to Young. He gets it to go. Boy, there's some contact there, but they let him play through it. Back to a 7-point lead. Jamel Barnes now will find White. Gets the screen by Sakaleros, and now it'll be Zolman. Barnes once again. Bonin this time off the screen on the opposite side. Now Zolman lists for 3, short. Rebound by Thomas. Mount St. Joe basketball. Claus on the left wing. Trying to work it inside to Young. Back to Claus. Nothing there. Around the perimeter to Thomas for 3. There's another big bucket. Back to a 4-point lead. 14:37 remaining. A.J. White on the drive, and a whistle and a foul call. They're going to get Avery Paddock on the foul, though Toby Kerrigan doesn't like that call. I generally haven't met too many coaches that like the fouls that are called on their team. But A.J. White at the line for the Quakers. Still 14:33 remaining in the second half, and A.J. gets the first one to fall. Kenneth Stallings is in. We're going to see another change as El Sugi will come back in. A.J. second free throw's on the way and good, back to a 6-point lead. So El Sugi is in. A.J. White will sit down. Took them a little bit to turn that game clock on. They let that thing run back for about 5 seconds. They didn't turn it on. Extra time here. At least not on the shot clock anyway, but on the game clock. Thompson back out to Young. Another three, no. And El Sugi with a rebound as he's falling out of bounds. Throws it right to Kloss. He didn't have any choice right there other than to fall out of bounds with a basketball. Quakers lead it by 4. Blake Bonin gets cut off on the baseline, nearly stolen away, and they're going to get Blake on the foul. So Blake picks up his first. The Earlham crowd thought that possibly was a foul on Thomas. It's Thomas, and there's another foul on Blake. So 2 in a row on Blake. That happened right in front of Coach Kerrigan. .24 on the shot clock. Here's Young. Entry pass, the turn, the kick by Thompson. Back out now to Thomas. 12 on the shot clock. Kloss with the basketball, draws the double team, now drives and scores. It is a 2-point ball game. The momentum now back in favor of Mount St. Joe. Quakers back in the half-court set. And a reverse layup, no, by Blake Bonin. I'm not even sure that was over the shoulder, whether he could even see the rim where the ball went. I knew he tried to look back. But now a chance here for Mount St. Joe to tie the ball game. Here's Young. Young against Sakaleros. Cross-court pass to Thompson. Double teamed on the baseline. Back again to Kloss. 10 on the shot clock. Strip from behind. Blake Bonin gets the takeaway. Here come the Quakers, and Stallings missed the layup. The tip out, Jamel thought about the three, now drives in, has his shot blocked. Paddock gets the block. Lead pass, Kloss. Lions basketball down by 2. Here's Young, basket good, and he's fouled. And Mount St. Joe has battled all the way back to tie the ball game. Sakaleros picks up the foul. Cheney Zolman back in. A.J. White will come in. Stallings is out. Also coming out, Blake Bonin. And we've got a timeout by the Quakers. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers and Lions tied at 38.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do. But for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Narangowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond.
12:27 remaining in the second half. Give Mount St. Joe credit. We talked about it in the first half that they had to feel pretty good about the game. They were still in it despite their early shooting woes and turnovers that haunted them for most of that first half, but they kept coming back, and now they have a chance to take the lead. Devin Young at the line, 6'6", sophomore out of Crestwood, Kentucky. And here's his chance to give the Lions the lead, and he does. So now Earlham down by 1. Quakers will bring, we mentioned, Cheney Zolman back into the lineup. El Dasugi with a high screen. Here's Barnes, the drive, and there's your foul call. Well, the Earlham bench and perhaps a few of the fans would have erupted right there if there wasn't a foul call for Jamel Barnes. Devin Young just picked up his third, so that could be a key for both these teams. 12:15 remaining, and Jamel at the line, able to get the first time the ball game now at 39. Boy, Jamel had that huge game, 37 points a couple of games ago that got him the Player of the Week honors. He just went absolutely nuts in that contest. Quakers knocked off Hanover 81-69, one of the top teams in the conference. Nice pass, hiding on the baseline. Basket good by Paddock, and he's fouled. You know, if you don't see that very often, guys hiding on the baseline, they let them kind of stand right at about the timeline there. And they hide there, and if you don't get your head on a swivel and turn, they're hard to find. And Paddock hit it well, but he missed. Nope, he did miss it. I thought that thing was going to fall in. 41-40. Mount St. Joe with a 1-point lead. Here's Jamel Barnes, gets the screen from Sacaleros. A.J. driving, and he got hammered on the head hard. I think it's Brady Thomas who picked up the foul, and he went down hard and came up slow. So A.J. White will go to the line, hit right upside the noggin. So here is A.J. White at the line. We're tied at 41. I have a feeling that Cheney just got some words of encouragement from his father. You can always tell the dads in the crowd the second one is missed. They will get on their sons when they think they need a little kick in the fanny. So that's what he gave Cheney Zolman right there. 11:33 to go. Here's a shot on the way by Thomas from three. Big bucket by Thomas. He's been quiet for a while. And now the Quakers down by 3. Here's Zolman. Off now to El Dasugi. Quakers shortening their bench a little bit here in the second half. Jamel, pull-up jumper good. And timeout once again by the Quakers. It will be a full timeout on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Mount St. Joe 44, Earlham 43 with 11:07.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Well, Quakers got out to such a great start here today. You thought maybe that the way that Mount St. Joe didn't, this would be a blowout, but you see right there that Mount St. Joe coming back, taking the lead here in the second half. It appears we're going to go right down the wire. Quakers ended up getting a timeout. Mount St. Joe able to get that one across the timeline relatively easily, and a foul call as Paddock again taking it strong to the rim. And the freshman out of Alexandria, Indiana, will go to the line. Sacaleros picked up the foul. That's number 4 on John. So here is Paddock. 11 minutes remaining. Back to a 2-point lead. Jason Slane, who played well in limited action in the first half, back in. Sacaleros will sit down. Sacaleros, Bonin, and Thomas Sanborn, all 3 guys out of Crown Point. They will be playing their final game of their career coming up on the 22nd on the road at Manchester. Barnes driving off balance, missed it, tried to get it back into the right hand. His angle not great on the shot. Thomas now to Kloss. Good ball movement here by Mount St. Joe. The entry pass to Young. They'll flip it back out again to Thomas. Shot clock at 12. Near steal by Barnes in the corner to Young for 3. Nailed it. Boy, Young, good shooter from the outside. Quakers didn't find him in time. And now Earlham down by 6. A.J. White now to Slane. Quakers work it right side to Jamel Barnes, and the screen there by Zolman. That's Cheney. His fadeaway jumper no good, and the rebound by Paddock. Under 10 minutes remaining. Right now, everything going in favor of Mount St. Joe. This is Thomas. Young again against El Dasugi. El Dasugi undersized on that one, but the fadeaway no by Young. Here's Jamel Barnes quickly into the half court. Now Jamel working it there against Thomas. The screen by Slane. Here is Zolman off now to A.J. White. Quakers again around the perimeter. Slane at the top. Jamel stops. The 3 on the way. Good. Jamel Barnes, big basket for the Quakers. 9:14 remaining. That is Thomas out of Grove City, Ohio. He's a sophomore working the point. He's going to pull up. Got a good look at 3 and missed it. Zolman with a rebound. Zolman determined to get that one as he took it away from both A.J. White and Jamel Barnes. Here's White in the circle. El Dasugi off again to Zolman. Slane will find El Dasugi. Cheney gets pushed from behind by Devin Young, and that is number 4, I believe, on Young. 5th team foul. So Young's going to, they're going to bring him out. Yep, Young's coming out right there. Wasn't sure he was going to make it as Metters comes back in. So Devin Young is out. This is a huge bonus here for the Quakers at 8:44 to go. The lob inside to El Dasugi. El Dasugi with the right hand short. Good defense by Tanner Kloss. So now the Lions with the basketball. This is Thomas. Paddock with the basketball with a left-hand dribble. Hands off now to Metters. 14 on the shot clock. The drive on the baseline and missing the shot underneath is Thomas. Thomas able to get it back and score. Quakers getting beat on the boards by Brady Thomas at 5'10". Quaker basketball, 17 feet away. A.J. White, nothing but net. 7:55 to go here in the second half. Quakers down by 3. Thomas will find Paddock. Again, Mount St. Joe playing without Young. Big turnover there. Thompson with a turnover, 2-on-2 break. Jamel missed it, tipped up by A.J., rebounded by Paddock, and a foul on the Quakers. They're going to get Barnes on the foul. That's his first. Team foul number 6 on the Quakers. Free throws could be the difference now as we get close to the bonus both ways. Here's Thomas. El Dasugi on the guard. Thomas in the corner. Thompson down low, and Kloss missed it. The rebound, El Dasugi. Not a great angle that time by Tanner Kloss. Quaker basketball at 7:12 to go in the second half. A.J. White at the right elbow. Here's Jason Slane. Boy, going down hard for the Quakers as A.J. drives, missed it, the tip out, but it was Jamel Barnes who hit the floor hard, and he was slow to get up. I don't know if he got his foot caught. He and Peyton Metters. But now it'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. Out front, Paddock. He picks up his dribble, and you can see Coach Toby Kerrigan not happy with the offensive execution right here. Here's Thompson on the drive. Lost it right into the hands of Metters, and he lays it in. Right place, right time for Metters. And a timeout on the floor by Mount St. Joe. We'll take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Lions on top, 53-48.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
6:27 remaining in this one. Quakers down 53-48 after having a double-digit lead early. So now let's see after the timeout by Mount St. Joe. I tell you what, they got the basket in that last possession, but the one thing they didn't like is the execution. And you could tell that Toby Kerrigan was not happy with his basketball team at that timeout. Jamel Barnes driving baseline, and a body foul called against Reese Thompson, and the Earlham crowd once again giving a sarcastic clap for the one official. They've been on him before. Back in the ball game will be David Lures, the 6-foot sophomore from Lebanon, Ohio. Jason Slane is out. Cheney Zolman will stack at the top of the free throw line off the inbound with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. And a foul call. David Lures thought that there was an elbow that time by Jamel Barnes. Wanted a foul call, so the official steps in. Things getting a little chippy here in the second half. Barnes went down, we mentioned, in that one possession really hard, and he got bumped pretty hard there again, so they're beating things up on old Jamel. Jamel played his high school basketball at Muncie Central High School. The field house getting renovated, and they'll be holding the sectional tournament there this year as Jamel calmly steps to the free throw line. Another one here for Jamel. 6:14 to go. Back to a one-possession game. Here's Thomas. Quick entry pass, the kick out, the shot on the way, good. Boy, that was quick ball movement. Avery Paddock able to hit the jumper. He was wide open at the top after Tanner Kloss was the one who received the basketball underneath, able to kick it out quickly. Quaker basketball, A.J. White to receive from Blake Bonin. Here's Jamel, three-pointer, no, this time missed it. Rebound, Avery Paddock. 5:35 to go. This will be Thomas with a basketball out front, gets the screen there by Paddock. 14 on the shot clock. Mount St. Joe still the 5-point lead. A left-hand shot way off the mark, and they'll battle for the basketball, and they're going to call the foul on Cheney Zolman after Tanner Kloss went to the floor. So Mount St. Joe getting the benefit of that call down low, and you can see the frustration there for Cheney Zolman. So Zolman is out of the ball game now with 4 fouls. He just said something there to David Lewis on the way by, so Lewis turns around and said something to the official as we continue to get chippy here in the second half with 5:14 to go. Lures at the line. That is the 7th team foul. Both teams now with 7. Jamel over talking with the official. Jamel, the speaking captain for the Quakers, just to let the official know. And looks like both teams are heading to their benches, but I haven't heard that it's a timeout or not. Two officials have gone. You see them right there. I'm not sure what they would be looking at. Now, they could go back and get a replay if they go to our website and you just scroll right back and take you right to it. There might be some question on how many team fouls there are or how much time is on anything. It could be anything. But unlike CBS, who's down on the floor getting the officials to tell you what is going on, we are up here and they don't say a word. So now the Sports Information Department, I think, getting a update here. They're checking the official book as well, I guess. Well, they have all the brain trust down there now, trying to figure out what's going on. Well, whatever it was, we don't know. Free throw is good as Lures makes it a 6-point ball game. We may try to get an explanation. We've inquired down on press row what that might have been. Second free throw good by Lures. He is out. Back in the ball game, Reese Thompson. So 5:14 remaining in a 7-point lead. Quakers, well, they put the score now at 57-51. That may have been it right there. So it's a 6-point lead. So there was some discrepancy on the score. Jamel has that one go in and out on him. because I had it 57-50, and they've now added a point, so the Quakers were missing 1 point. Here's Paddock, and a foul call on Jamel Barnes. Back to the free throw line. And we said free throws could be a huge key, and right now for Mount St. Joe it is, as they're back to the free throw line once again. Tanner Kloss there. 4:46 to go, and the free throw's missed. The front end of the 1-and-1. Blake Bonin to the basketball. Quakers, and going down hard on the floor, but no whistle there as A.J. missed the shot. Brady Thomas went hard to the floor, as now both teams setting some pretty solid screens. Here's Kloss out front against Jamel Barnes. Paddock at the top. Will swing it near side Metters. 13 on the shot clock. Back to Metters. It got A.J. in the air, then splits the two defenders and lays it in. And we may have a foul call, a technical foul call against Mount St. Joe. They got Metters on the technical. That didn't make Toby Kerrigan a happy man at all. So here is Blake Bonin at the line, 4:07 remaining. Now the Quakers down by 7. Sacaleros is in. Also back in Cheney Zolman. Second free throw now by Blake. Well, free throws there, big. I'm assuming that Metters said something to one of the Earlham players after they had missed that free throw. Now he's holding up his hands like he's not sure why he got the technical foul, but now the Quakers with 4 minutes to go down by 6. Here's Bonin. Bonin there against Brady Thomas. Thomas picks up the foul. Little extracurricular activity after the foul. Things continue to be tense here in the later stages of the second half. And Blake back to the line. Blake with 11, A.J. White with 10, Jamel Barnes with 11, Devin Young 20, leading the way for Mount St. Joe. He's been on the bench for a while, but he is back in with 3:57 remaining. Second free throw. And Blake able to hit 4 in a row, and now it's a 4-point game, still 2 possessions. Cedric Woods is back in. Here's Woods. Quakers, there's some shoving going on underneath, and I think they got Cheney. Now the problem with that is Cheney, you need him in the ball game, and they got him for the foul right there, and he just fouled out. I think he let his emotions get to him right there, and boy, you got to have your senior stay in the ball game. Devin Young at the line. That was Young who baited him into that, got him to shove underneath, and whether Young shoved the first time as the front end of the 1-and-1 is missed again. But they always catch the second foul. And those two guys get hooked up underneath. Here's Jason Slane. So now the Quakers without one of their better players, and a turnover. Thompson steps in, gets the turnover, the steal. Pass was intended for A.J. White. 3:25 to go and counting. Big possession right here both ways. Young picks up his dribble. Here's Woods. Back to Young. Woods down the lane. Nice give and go. Woods gets the bucket and a timeout by the Quakers. 3:08 remaining on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers down 61-55.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
3:08 remaining in this one. Quakers down by 6. With the basketball. You know that three-point line where it sets. This thing is long from being over. Yeah, Stallings has been on the bench for quite a while for the Quakers. We haven't seen him in the last several minutes. In fact, he's way down on the bench, too. Bonin with the basketball to A.J. White. White nearly slips. Ball stripped out of his hands. El Dasugi back to White. 13 on the shot clock. White steps back top of the key. Slane back to Bonin. Three-pointer. Good. Boy, Blake Bonin, big basket right there. 2:36 to go. Woods gets it back off the pass from Thompson. This is Kloss inside to Young. Draws the double team. Back to Kloss. He'll drive inside. Shot's going to go out of bounds. Blocked by Jason Slane. 9 on the shot clock. 2:20 remaining. Big possession here for Mount St. Joe. The entry. Kloss trapped underneath. Young near side. Here's Thompson for 3. Missed badly. El Dasugi with a rebound. Quakers now have a chance to tie with a 3. A.J. White spins off the screen from El Dasugi. Bonin again. Wow, Blake Bonin, a big 3, ties the ball game at 61 with 1:44 to go. Mount St. Joe basketball. Nobody has a better shot than Blake Bonin off those screens in the release. The drive, the baseline, feed inside, and Paddock will score. Give the assist to Cedric Woods. 1:24 remaining. A.J. across the timeline. Brady Thomas set to come back in now for Mount St. Joe. A.J. the drive, lost it out of bounds, or almost saved it, but he saved it to Woods. So a turnover by the Quakers. Now 1 minute to go. 2-point lead for Mount St. Joe. Young sets the high screen. Woods feeds inside to Kloss. Nothing there, back to Woods. The senior driving. Kloss, baseline, 5 on the shot clock, and jump ball. And it looked like Jason Slane had position underneath. And the official calls it a jump ball with 44.2. Mount St. Joe will keep it. They add the possession arrow. And offensive foul there on Devin Young. So Young is out. Jason Slane able to take the charge. Jamel Barnes back in. Quakers now playing without Cheney Zolman and Kenneth Stallings, both on the bench. We don't know why Stallings hasn't come back in, but he's been out for a while. He got the start. Cheney Zolman fouling out of the ball game. Here is the drive by A.J. White. Missed it. Sacaleros with a rebound. Sacaleros blocked from behind by Paddock, but they'll say it's a two-shot foul. 34.7 to go. So here is John Sacaleros. No pressure here, down by 2. There'll be nearly a 5-second difference between the shot clock, as that's a two-shot foul, fellas, between the shot clock and the game clock. One more here for Sacaleros. The big one he missed right there. It'll still be a 1-point lead, even if he makes it right here. .7 seconds and counting. Quakers look to get the steal. Thompson in the backcourt, wide open at the other end. The Quakers didn't get somebody back, as it was Kloss who got behind Sacaleros. 23.9, no matter what you do, you got to keep somebody back, and Sacaleros caught himself going to midcourt, thinking maybe the Quakers had a chance to get a steal right there. So now the timeout. Well, you're down by 3. We have seen Blake Bonin hit a couple of big threes here late in this one. Blake now with 21. He leads all scores. Jamel Barnes with 11. A.J. White with 10. Devin Young still with 20. Avery Paddock 15. Peyton Metters with 10. And Brady Thomas with 8. Quakers, who shot so well early, now 19 of 47 for 40%. And for Mount St. Joe, 26 of 56 for 46%. Quakers been out-rebounded 33-30. Quakers with 12 turnovers, 9 by Mount St. Joe. One thing the Quakers have done, of course, a little different today with it being senior day. Quakers with 36 bench points, but points in the paint for Mount St. Joe, 38 of their 65 coming in the paint. Quaker basketball. Did they go for 3 right here? I think you're going to have to. 18 seconds to go. White slips again. Now White shoots and scores. 11.6 to go. Off the inbound. Able to get the basketball is Thomas. Metters back to Thomas, and the foul at 7.2. Still a chance, even if he hits both. It'd make it a 3-point lead. And Brady Thomas, the sophomore at Grove City, Ohio, at the line. Each team in the bonus. He'll get another one. Quakers now just need to get a 2 to tie if he makes this one. Second free throw is short. Sacaleros to Bonin. Chance for the Quakers to win right here. Blake, three-pointer. Good! Blake Bonin! Quakers win! Oh my! And he is being swarmed at the other end of the floor. Wow! What a finish for the Quakers. Blake from about the volleyball line. And Earlham wins it 67-65. Boy, look at all the fans who came down. What a finish on senior day for Blake Bonin. Huge win for the Quakers. We thought the free throw would be big down the stretch, and we were right, because the Lions had a chance to do no worse than have a 3-point lead, and they missed 2 free throws, and Blake was able to nail it from probably 40 feet. We will take a final timeout. Quakers win it 67-65. This is Quaker basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
I think Blake could probably run for president right now and get a lot of votes here in the Athletics and Wellness Center as he hits a 3 as time expires, and the Quakers win at 67-65. Blake finishing with 24. He had a ton of big shots down the stretch, all from 3. And right when he thought, or at least we all thought, the best the Quakers could do once the Lions went to the free throw line, we thought maybe they'd be able to tie it, but once they missed those 2 free throws, Quakers get the shot to go in. 67-65, your final. Blake again, 24 points. So the Quakers now 9-14 on the season. They are now 5-11 in the HCAC. They avenged the earlier season loss when they were beaten 85-59. They will be back here Wednesday when they take on Rose-Hulman. That is a 7:30 tip-off time, and we'll have it for you right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Your final score, Blake Bonin hits the game winner. Time expires 67-65. Quakers with the win. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.